subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're going to start with your chemistry for class 12th here, that we have to talk about it, and that is also important one here, that is of class 12th, and this has been the class your 12 here. And yes, we had done your class 11 before, and that is we had done your unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and unit 4. And this is your unit 4 chemical kinetics, if it is not longer. So yes, of course we'll surely complete that in this class only. And before starting with this, it's a huge request from my side to all the viewers to please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe to our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. So in terms of chemical kinetics that we have to cover up, so we'll first discuss about it, and that is also important one, and on the same basis we have to discuss many more things related to it as well. And it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe to our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well, as I told you beforehand only. Now we'll go ahead and that we have to discuss here, which is in terms of the integrated rate laws and the reactions of zero and first order here. So for that we'll just have to make tables out of a table first, and we'll talk about the order, reaction type, differential rate law, integrated law, straight line plot, and then half-life, and of course that is the units of K. Okay, so that will go ahead further. That we have. So first we have an order 1, 0, then we have 1, and then we'll discuss moreover related to that as well, that is of the another order, but yes, of course here only the 0 and 1 order we'll discuss about it. So now with the same cases here, for the 0 order the reaction is R tends to B, and the type we have is, that is d of R by dt equals to K. Just write it down here, one will do it later. For the differential here, that we have is yours, the reaction type is, and reaction type is the same as, this will comes here only. Okay, that is, it comes under in it, so we'll just go ahead. It's for that is d of R by dt equals to K. For integrated here, that is Kt equals to R naught minus R. This is R versus T. Here it is R naught by 2K. And of course this is for the cone time inverse, or we can say that mole liter inverse, second inverse. For the first order we'll talk about it, that is of course R tends to P, and here that is your d of R by dt equals to minus K of R, that is, and here it is for the integrated, that is of R equals to R not E minus Kt, or we can say that Kt equals to log R naught by R here. For here it is ln of R versus T, this is log 2 by K, this is more time inverse or second inverse here, that we have to go ahead as well, that will be find it out as well. Now we'll go ahead further, which we have to talk about it, and that is the another heading we have to talk about it, that as I told you, which is the pseudo first order reaction here. Pseudo reaction. So first order reaction in this, that the order of the reaction is sometimes altered by the condition, and you have to consider a chemical reaction between the two substances when one reactant is present in large excess, and during the hydrolysis of 0.01 mole of ethyl acetate with 10 mole of water, then the amounts of the water various constituents at the beginning is like at t equals to 0, and the completion at t of the reaction, that of the glucose, has to be under follows, and that we have to talk about it. So on the same case, the reaction for this we have CH3 COO C2H5 plus H2O will give, in the plus of H plus ion, that it will give CH3COOH plus C2H5OH. So for that, this is for at t equals to 0 and t equals t here. For t equals to 0, it is 0.01 mole. It is 10. It will give 0 mole, and that is your plus 0 mole here. For 0 mole here at t time t equals to, that is 0 mole. This is your 9.9 mole. Will give 0.01 mole and 0.01 mole that we have. So the concentrations of water that does not get altered that much during the courses of the reaction, so in the rate of equation. So where in the same cases for that, the rate equation, if I'm going ahead, is that rate equals to K dash CH3 COOH, sorry, COO C2H5 H2O. The term H2O that can be taken as a constant, and that for the equation we have rate equals to K CH3 COO C2H5, and where K equals to K dash H2O that we have. And the reaction behaves as a first order reaction, and such reactions are called pseudo first order reaction. Inversion of the cane sugar in the another pseudo first order reaction, that we'll written it as here, and that we have as follows: C12H22 O11 plus H2O, that will give, in the plants of H plus, will give 66 H12O6 plus C6 H12O6 here. This is the cane sugar. This is glucose, and this is your the fructose. So the rate equals to K C12H22O11 that we have. For that, when an expression the expansion order that differs from the theoretical or often then it is removed as pseudo order reaction, and when any one of this reaction is present in excess, then but it is not considered to be the rate law here. Now we'll go ahead to deal with it, the question here, that is the first question of the session as well, but that is the 9th question of this particular unit that we had daily window, and let's go ahead for that. So the question I'll just tell you first, and that the question is hydrolysis of methyl acetate in an aqueous solution that has been studied here for the titrating the liberated acetic acid against the sodium hydroxide, and that the concentration of the easier ester at a different time as to be given, and that is you have to show the follow a pseudocode order of reaction of the concentration of water that remains nearly constant 55 mole liter inverse during the course of that reaction. What is the value of K dash in this equation, and the rate of K dash CH3 COOS CH3 H2O that you have to find out. So first I will write it down the question here, then we'll go ahead for the solution for this as well. So the question 9th of the session here. Hydrolysis of methyl acetate in aqueous solution has been studied by titrating the liberated acetic acid against sodium hydroxide concentration of the ester at different time is given below. We'll form a table here. So here this is for the T time per minute, and this is for C per mole liter inverse. For this it is 0, 30, 60 and 90. For the table this is we have the values for 0 is 0.8500, for 30 is 0.8004, for 60 it is 0.7538, for 90 0.7096 that we have. The question show that it follows a pseudo first order reaction as the concentration of water remains nearly constant that is your 55 mole liter inverse during the course of the reaction what is the value of K dash in the equation. So for that we'll go ahead for the solution for this as well, that we have to talk about it, and even though what is that equation we have to find out for that rate we have here, which is the rate equals to K dash CH3 COOC H3 H2O that we have. For that we find out for the solution as well. And here for the pseudo first order reaction, that the reaction should be the first order here. So here we go ahead for the solution, and here And as I told you, for the pseudo first order reaction, that the reaction should be the first order with respect to the ester when H2O is constant, and the rate constant K for the pseudo first order reaction is, and that is to be as follows, like K equals to 2.303 upon T log C naught upon C here, where that is K equals to K dash H2O that we have. On the same cases, from the above data that we can note it down, and we will just make a sort of a table that is also important for this to make it. And on the same behalf of it, we'll talk about for the T by T min. Then we have another column as your C by mole liter inverse. Then we have Kelvin by minute inverse here. So this is a sort of a table which we have to made it. Okay, on the same cases we have to find out. We'll just put a value here and then we'll go ahead as well. For the T, that is for GT 0 minute, we will have value of 0.8500. Then for 30, it is 0.8004, 2.004 into 10 to the power minus that we have 3. Then of course 60, it is 0.7538, 2.002 into 10 to the power minus 3. Then again it is 90, which is your 0.7096, 2.005 into 10 to the power minus 3 here. So we can say that it can be seen that here that is K minus K dash H2O is a constant and is equals to that is 2.004 into 10 to the power minus 3 minute inverse, and hence it is pseudo first order reaction. We can now determine K from K dash, so that will represent it here. K dash H2O equals to 2.004 into 10 to the power minus 3 minute inverse. Another is K dash 55 mole liter inverse equals to 2.004 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole inverse minute inverse, and of course K dash is equals to 3.64 into 10 to the power minus 5 mole inverse liter inverse mole inverse liter and minute inverse here, that we have as an answer. Now we'll go ahead with another new questions here that we have to talk about it as well, which is the question that is the fifth question of the homework here, as what I had given. A first order reaction has a rate constant 1.15 into 10 to the power minus 3 second inverse. How long will 5 gram of this reactant take to reduce 3 gram here? The next sixth question is that the time required to decompose the SO2Cl2 to half of its initial amount is 60 minutes. If the decomposition is the first order reaction, you have to calculate the constant of the reaction as well. So this is the two type of a question which you have to go ahead as an homework, and if you can get the answer, you just inform it. If you do not, so yes, you can also inform it for that as well. I will provide you the solution, but of course you have to try by your side as well. We'll go ahead with another topic that we have to discuss here, which is on the basis of temperature dependence of the rate of the reaction here. So the next heading we have to discuss here is your temperature dependence of the rate of a reaction, that we have to talk about it. Under the same case here, where most of the chemical reaction are accelerated by increase in temperature. For example, in decompositions of N2O5, the time taken for the half of the original amount of material to decompose is 12 minutes at 50 degrees Celsius and 5 hours at 25 degrees Celsius and 10 days at 0 degrees Celsius. You also know that in a mixtures of potassium permanganate, which is KMnO4, and oxalic acid, which is H2C2O4, and potassium permanganate, that gets decolorized faster at a higher temperature than that of the lower temperature as well. It has been also found that for a chemical reaction with a rise in the temperature by 10 degree, the rate constant is nearly doubled, and the temperature dependence of the rate of the chemical reaction that can be accurately explained by the Arrhenius equation, and it was first proposed by the Dutch chemist, which is J.H. van Hoff. For the J.H. van Hoff, he had discovered, and he is a Dutch chemist, but a Swedish chemist, that is Arrhenius, that provided the physical justification and interpretation. So the Arrhenius equation will give here is K equals to A e power minus EA by RT, that we have. This is the Arrhenius equation here. On the same cases where the A is the Arrhenius factor or frequency factor, it is also called that the pre-exponential factor, and is constant specific to a particular reaction. R is a gas constant, and EA is an activation energy that is measured in joules per mole here, which is a joule inverse, mole inverse, we can say that. On the same cases here, for the further that we have to talk about it, which is in terms of it, that is the another thing in terms of the temperature that we have to go ahead. And on the same cases here, this is for that particular temperature, that is, it can be understand clearly by using the following simple equation, and that the simple equation would be written in the form of like H2 gas, which is in the form of gas, plus I2 in the form of gas. It will give 2HI. Okay, so here for that, this the formation of HI through the intermediate bond that it form, and which will be can be represented here. On the same cases here, that is it forming it H plus I, it will give HI, and that will give HI, and of course plus HI. Okay, this is an intermediate state that it is forming it out, and according to the Arrhenius, this is equation can be take place when a molecule of a hydrogen of a molecule of iodine to form an unstable intermediate. As you can see, it exists a short time and then break up into the two forms, that is the two molecules of hydrogen iodide here, where that the energy required to form the intermediate called is your activation complex, that is known as denoted by C, and it is known as activation energy. So where in the same cases that we will plot potential energy versus that is the reaction coordinate, and the reaction coordinate represents the that is the profile of the energy of when the reactant changes into the product here. So for that we'll draw it. This is potential energy. This is reaction coordinate. So here it is. This is a point where it is A. This is C. This is activation energy. C point is activated complex, and this is the point B. So here in the same case, H2 plus I2. This is your the delta H, and this is 2HR. This is a diagram that to show or plot the potential energy versus the reaction coordinate here. In the same cases, some energy is released when a complex decomposes to the product, and so that the final enthalpy of the reaction depends upon the that is your the nature, reactant and product as well. Where all the molecules in the reactions species that do not have the same that the kinetic energy, and since it is difficult to predict the behavior of any one molecule precision, like Ludwig Boltzmann, James Clerk, Maxwell, that use the statistics to predict the behavior or the number of the molecules here. According to them, the distributions of the kinetics that may be described by plotting the fractions of molecules that given the kinetic energy that versus the kinetic energy as well, where the Nk is the number of the molecules with energy and Nt is the total number of molecules here. We have the P curve corresponding in the most probable kinetic energy and kinetic energy of the maximum fraction of molecules as well, where there are decreasing number of molecules energies that is higher all over than that of the value, and the temperature is raised and the maximum of the curve moves the higher energy value. The curve broadens out, and that is the spread to the right such that there is a greater proportions of molecules and with much higher energy. So here the area under the curve must be the constant, and since the total probability must be 1 at all times, so we can mark the position of EA on the Maxwell that is the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curve as well. On the same cases, there are the two possible curves that we have to deal with it as well. This is the distribution curve showing that energies among the gaseous molecule. This is the fractions of molecule. Okay, so and this is the kinetic energy. So here in this, it is raises at some extent, and then of course it will goes down. At this point of view, this is the most probable kinetic energy. Now the another graph we'll draw here. This is all about for the fractions of molecule, and for this has been the kinetic energy that we represented. So here that is the graph is being shown. First graph raise and down, come down towards it. Then another one is coming, raise it out, and then it will be coming. Okay, so this is the process, that is the two graphs here for the t plus 10, and this is for t, and this is for t plus 10. It is this part of intersection where that after the intersection that they form it. This is the energy activation here. This is energy of activation, and on the same cases, this is the above one is that this area shows the fractions of additional molecule which react at t plus 10 time, and this is the area which is the shaded region, that this area shows the fractions of molecules that reacting at the t here at the time t. This is a distribution showing the temperature dependence of the rate of the equation as well. On the same cases, that we are increasing the temperature of a substance, that increases the fractions of molecule and which collide with the energies that is greater than EA, and it is clear from this diagrams that is the curve at t plus 10 that the area showing the fractions of molecules having energy equals to the greater than activation energy that gets doubled, leading to the doubling the rate of the reaction as well. In the Arrhenius equation, that the factor e power minus EA upon RT that correspond to the fractions of molecule and that have kinetic energy greater than EA, and taking the natural logarithm of both sides of the equation as well, and that can be represented in the form like ln k equals to minus EA upon RT plus ln A here. For that, the plot of ln k versus 1 by t, that gives a straight line according to the equation here. Thus, it has been found from the Arrhenius equation that increasing the temperature or decreasing the activation energy will result in the increasing the rate of the reaction and exponential increase in the rate of constant as well here. So here in the same cases here, that is we have, and that the plot of that k versus I upon t, that gives us a straight line, and according to the equation that we have, so that it may be found from the Arrhenius equation that the increasing the temperature or decreasing the activation energy will result in increase in the rate of the reaction and the exponential increase in the rate constant as well, where slope equals to minus E upon R, and the intercept is log n A here. So we can calculate E of A, and A is using these values. So at temperature T1 we'll find it out, that is your ln K1 equals to minus EA upon R T1 plus log A here. So at temperature T2 we have ln K2 equals to minus E upon R T2 plus ln A. Since A is constant for a given reaction, K1 and K2 are the values of the rate constant at temperature T1 and T2 respectively. Subtracting the equations here, we will be finding it out, which is your ln K2 minus ln K1 equals to EA upon RT1 minus EA upon RT2 ln K2 minus K1 equals to EA upon R1 minus T1 minus 1 upon T2 log K2 upon K1 equals to EA upon 2.303 R1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2 log K2 minus K1 equals to EA upon 2.303 R, which is T2 minus T1 upon T1 and T2 here. That we have as an answer here, and for the same sake we have a graph as well, that being representing versus 1 by t, and yes, of course, for the log k, so it is like this only. So here this is an intercept, and that is equals to log a. This is being the slope equals to minus E upon R, that we have representing a plot between k and 1 by t here. And on the same cases, that we have to further discuss moreover related to this topics as well, and that is also an important one here. So on the same cases we'll go ahead and we will do it the different questions as well, and that is also an important one. So for that we'll have to go ahead, and the question of the sessions is as follows. So the question we have here, that the rate constant of a reaction at 500 K and 700 K are 0.2 second inverse and that is 0.07 second inverse respectively. We have to calculate the value of EA and A. So let's go ahead for the question here, and that is being the question of 10th questions of the sessions here. So that we have to go ahead. The question is the rate constant of a reaction at 500K and 700K are 0.02 second inverse and 0.07 second inverse respectively. Calculate the value of EA and A. We'll have to find out the solution for this as well, and that is also an important one. So for that we have to find out, and as you know that we have a formula. Here's your log K2 upon K1 equals to EA upon 2.303 or T2 minus T1 whole upon, that is your T1 and T2 here, that even though we had discussed about it. So same for that, we'll put the value here, log 0.07 upon 0.02 equals to EA upon 2.303 into 8.314 J Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Then we have 700 minus 500 upon 700 into 500. Then 0.54 equals to EA multiply 5.714 into 10 to the power minus 10 by 19.15. Then EA equals to 544 into 19.15 upon 5.714 into 10 to the power minus 4 here. When it further solve it out, we will be finding it out. 18230.8 joule here that we have. Then since K equals to AE power minus EA upon 80 that we have here, that to be which we have to find it out as well. EA upon RT, we put the value 0.02 equals to AE power minus here minus 18230.8 by 8.314 into 500, which is A equals to 0.02.0.012 equals to 1.61, that we have as an answer. Now we'll go ahead with another different question, that is also an important one, and that is the 11th question of the session here, and that even though we have to talk about it. So the question is, the first order rate constant for a decomposition of ethyl iodide by the aqueous reaction at 600 K is 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 5 second inverse, and its energy of activation is 209 kg mole inverse. You have to calculate the rate constant of the reaction at 700 Kelvin here. So for that we'll have to go ahead. The first order rate constant for the decomposition of ethyl iodide by the reaction. The reaction is C2H5 I gives C2H4 gases plus HI at 600 Kelvin is 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 5 second inverse. Its energy of activation energy of activation is 209, that is your 209 kg mole inverse. Calculate the rate constant of the reaction at 700 Kelvin. Now for that we'll have to find out, we'll go ahead as well, and on the same cases here, which is to be as follows. We know that log K2 minus log K1 equals to EA upon 2.303 or 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Log K2 equals to log K1 plus EA upon 2.303 or 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Log 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 5 plus 209,000 joule mole liter inverse upon 2.303 into 8.314 joule mole liter inverse Kelvin, 1 upon 600 K minus 1 upon 700 K, that is log K2 equals to minus 4.796 plus 2.599 equals to minus 2.197. K2 equals to, that we have, which is your the K2 equals to 6.36 into 10 to the power minus 3 second inverse, that we have. Now we'll talk about another topic that we have discussed here, which is your effect of catalyst. In terms of effect of catalyst here, where a catalyst is a substance which increases the rate of the reaction itself, and that undergoing and permanent chemical change. For example, the catalyzes the following reaction so as to increase the rate constant, and which is the equation for that we have is 2 KClO3 MnO2, which is give 2 KCl plus 3 O2 here. On the same case, the word catalyst should not be used when the added substance reduces the rate of reaction, and the substance is called, that is your inhibiting actions of catalyst, and that can be explained by intermediate complex. According to this theory, a catalyst participate in a chemical reaction forming the temporary bonds with the reactant, resulting in its intensity complex, and this has been the transitory existence and decomposes to the yield and the catalyst as well. It is believed that the catalyst provides an alternative pathway or the reaction mechanism by reducing the activation energy between the reactants and the products, and hence lowering the potential energy barriers here. For that we have a graph, or sort of a graph here, which is representing a graph. So this is being here, that is a reaction with catalyst. This is between that is your potential energy and reaction coordinate and potential energy versus, and this has been here, this is the starting point, this is the reactants here, this is the reaction pathway catalysis, and then we have, this is the highest point of the above one is the reaction pathway without the catalyst. The downward is that the energy activation catalyst that we have with catalyst, and this is the energy activations of the without catalyst, and this is the last, at last we have your product here. Okay, so here this is the effect of catalyst and activation energy. It is clear from the Arrhenius equation that the lower of the value of activation energy is, the faster will be the rate of the reaction as well, that we have to talk about it. onto the same contrary here, where a small amount of catalyst that can catalyze a large amount of reactant, and a catalyst does a large amount of the reactant, and a catalyst does not alter the Gibbs energy, that is of delta G of the reaction, and it catalyzes the spontaneous reaction but does not catalyze non-spontaneous reaction. And it is also found that the catalyst does not change the equilibrium constant of the reaction, rather it helps that does not change the equilibrium constant of the reaction, rather it helps attaining the equilibrium faster than that of, and that the reaction, rather it helps attaining the reaction of the same extent, so that the equilibrium state remains the same but is reached earlier as well. We'll talk about another topic is your collision theory of chemical reaction. Collision theory of chemical reaction. So in terms of collision theory of the chemical reactions here, that through the Arrhenius equation that is applicable under a wide range of the circumstances, and where collision theory, which was developed by the Max Strauss and William Lewis in 1916 and 18, that provides a greater insight into the energetic and mechanistic aspects of reaction. It laid the base of the kinetic theory of the gases, and according to this theory, the reactants, that molecules are assumed that to be hard spheres, and the reaction is postulated to occur when the molecules collide with each other, and the number of the collisions per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture is known as the collision frequency. And another factor which affects the rate of the chemical reaction, there is activation energy, that as we have already studied here for a bimolecular elementary reaction as well. On the same cases for the bimolecular, that we have a reaction in the form of A plus B will give product. Rate of reaction for that, it can be represented rate equals to Z AB e power minus A upon RT. So where ZAB represents the collision frequency of the reaction, and A and B are the E and E power EBRT, that is representing the fraction of the molecules with energy that equals to or the greater to the EA here, and that comparing with the Arrhenius equation, and we can say that A is related to the collision frequency as well. On the same cases, where that predicts the value of the rate constant fairly accurately for the reaction that involve the atomic species or the simple molecules, but for complex molecules in significant deviations that observe, and the reasons that could be that all the collision do not lead to a formations of product, and the collision in which the molecules collide with sufficient kinetic energy that called thresholds energy, and the proper orientation, so that the facilitating the breaking point of the bonds between the reacting the species and formations of new bonds to form products that are called effective collision as well. On same cases here, for example, for that we have, which is for example for the formulation of method from the bromine, that depends upon the orientation reactant molecule, and that the proper orientation of the reactant molecules that led the formations, whereas that improve the orientation makes them to the bounce back and no product formed here. To account for the efficient collisions, another factor that the probability or the steric that we have, the steric factor that introduce, and it takes into the account of the fact that the collisions that the molecules must be properly oriented, and for that we have your rate equals to Pz of AB P minus A of EA upon RTA. Thus, in the collision theory, activation energy and the proper orientation of the molecules together determine the criteria for an effective and hence the rate of the chemical reaction as well. The collision theory also have a certain drawback and is considered as a molecule that to be hard spheres, and ignores the structures, and will study detailed about this theory and more on the other theories that in the higher classes as well. So on the same cases we have a reaction for this as well that we'll discuss here itself, and that is we have as follows, like CH3 Br plus OH, CH3 OH plus Br. Okay, on the same case we have here H C, this is plus delta, Br need minus delta. plus OH. It will give you in the two form. This is for improper orientation and this is for proper orientation. For improper it will be H, 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 C is plus delta, Br minus delta, then OH we give minus, it is no product form. In this HO, this is minus delta, C, H plus delta, Br minus delta, H, we have HO, C, H, H, H plus Br minus C. This is an intermediate, and that is diagram showing molecules having a proper improper orientation as well. On the same cases, that there are some of the questions, last 3 questions that will give as homework for the in-text question. We will talk about it. What will be the here, that is what will be the effect of the temperature on rate constant, and the other is the rate of the chemical reaction doubles for an increase of 10 K in an absolute temperature from 298 Kelvin, calculate EA. Another is that the activation energy for a reaction to HIG plus, that gives you H2 plus I2, that is of the form of gases, with 209.5 kg mole liter inverse at 581 Kelvin. You have to calculate the fractions of the molecule of reaction having energy equals to the greater or greater than activation energy as well. On the same cases here, that that we have to talk about it. In terms of chemical kinetics, that is the study of the reaction with respect to the reaction rate and the effects of the various variables, rearrangement of atoms and formation intermediates. The rate of the reaction is to be considered concerned with the decrease in the concentration of reactant or increase in the concentration of product per unit time. It can be expressed as instantaneous rate at a particular instant of time, and of course that is the average rate of the over that is over a large interval of time here, and a number of factors such as the temperature, concentration of reactant, catalyst, effects of the rate of the reaction. Mathematical representation of the rate of the reaction is to be given by the rate law, and it has been to be determined that experimentally and cannot be predicted. An order of the reaction that with respect to the reactant is the power of its concentration, which appears in the rate of the law equation, and that the order of the reaction is the sum of all such powers of the concentration of terms of different reactant, and rate constant is the proportionality factor, that is the rate law for the rate constant, and the order of the reaction that can be determined from the rate law or its integrated rate equation. Molecularity is defined only by an elementary reaction. Its value are limited from 1 to 3, whereas order that can be 0, 1, 2, 3, or even a fraction. And molecularity and order of the chemical elementary reactions are same. Temperature dependence of the rate constant is described by the Arrhenius equation, and that EA that correspond to the activation energy and is given by the energy difference between the activated complex and the reacting molecules, and A Arrhenius factor, that is pre-exponential factor that correspond to the collision factor frequency as well. The equation clearly shows that the increase of the temperature by lowering EA with led to an increase in the rate of the reaction, and presence of catalyst that lowers activation energy by providing an alternate path of the reaction, and according to the collision theory, another factor P that called steric factor, and which refers to the orientation of the molecule which collide, is important and contribution that contribute to the effective collision, thus modifying an Arrhenius equation, which is K equals to PZ, that is ADE minus ACA upon RT here. Now there are many equations, there are many questions that we have to solve it out. So there are some of the questions that I will just tell you about it, that the rate of the expression of the following reactant that determine the order of the reaction, dimensions of the rate of the constant that you have to find out for a different examination, different equations here. And for the same cases that we talk about it, so let's find it out for the equation here, which is 3NO that gives N2O, that is the rate is KNO2. We have to find out, and for that H2O2, that is plus 3I, in aqueous plus 2H, that is give 2H2O plus I3 minus, and rate is KH2O H2O2I here. CH3CHO, then you have CH4CO, that rate is CH3CHO 3 by 2. C2H5Cl, and then you will give you C2H4HCl, that rate is KC2H5Cl here. Find the reaction here, that is 2A plus B, and then you get A2B here, so that the rate is KAB power 2 with K equals 2.0 into 10 to the power minus 6 mole inverse square liter square and second inverse. So you have to calculate the initial rate of the reaction when A is equals to 0.1 mole liter inverse, B equals to 0.2 mole liter inverse, and calculate the rate of the reaction after A, that is reduced to 0.06 mole liter inverse. Now the question, the decomposition of NH3 and the platinum surfaces is zero order reaction. What are the rates of the productions of N2 and H2 if K equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 4 mole inverse liter second inverse as well. Another question is that the decomposition of dimethyl ether that leads to the formation of CH4, H2 and CO, and the reaction rate is given, rate is equal to CH3O CH3, that is 3 by 2. The rate of the reaction that will be followed by the increase in the pressures that is in the closed vessel, so that the rate of also been expressed in the terms of the partial pressure of dimethyl ether, and that rate is PCH3OCH3 here, which is 3 by 2. Another question we have, that is we have mentioned the factors that affect the rate of the chemical reactions here, and the another is that the reaction is a second order respect towards the reactant, and how is the rate of the reaction affected, its concentration of the reactant you have to find out for the double as well as to reduce to half. Another question, what is the effect of the temperature on the rate of the constant of the reaction? This affects the temperature on the rate of constant, that is represented the quantitatively. Another question, a pseudo first order hydrolysis of ester is called in the water that is obtained here, and you have to calculate the average rate of the reaction time for the 60 second and calculate the pseudo first order rate of the reaction of the hydrolysis as well. Another question, that a reaction is the first order A and the second order in B. Write the differential rate equation, and how is the rate affected to the increasing this concentration of, and how is the rate affected when the concentration of both A and B is doubled. Another question is, in a reaction between A and B, the initial rate of the reaction you have for a different initial concentrations of A and B, what is the order of the reaction with respect to A and B as well. Another question here, which is that we have to find out, there are many reactions, like calculate the half life of first order reaction for the first that is of their rate constant, that is 200 second inverse, 2 minute inverse and 4 air inverse. Another question, the half life for a that is radio decay of 14C is 5730 years, and at an archaeological artifact containing the wood had only 80% of the found carbon 14 found in the living, or to estimate the age of the sample as well. Another question, that the rate constant for the first order reaction is 60 second inverse, and how much time will it take to reduce the initial concentration of the reactant to its 1/16th value. Another question, that during the nuclear explosion of one of the product is 90 SR with a half cycle of 28.1 years. If 1 UG of 90 SR was observed in the bones of newly born baby instead of calcium, how much of it will be remain after 10 years and 60 years, and if it is not lost in metabolically. Another is, for a first order reaction, show that the time required for the 99% of the completion is twice the time required for the completions of 90% of the reactants. Another question here, that is for the decomposition of azopropane and propane to hexane and nitrogen at 543 Kelvin, the following data are obtained, and you have to calculate the rate constant. The following data were obtained during the first order thermal decomposition of SO2Cl2 at constant volume. Is SO2Cl2 gas will give you SO2 plus Cl2 here, and for that rate of the reaction, the pressure 0.65 you have to find out. The another question you have to talk about it, which is the another important question here, and that is in terms of it, which is your, that is the rate constant at we have to talk about it, and which is your the rate of the constant at the decomposition of hydrocarbons is 2.418 into 10 to the power 6 second inverse. at 546 Kelvin, and if the energy activation is 179.9 kg mole inverse, what will be the value of the exponential factor? Another question is, consider a certain reaction A product with K equals to 2.0 into 10 to the power minus 2 second inverse. You have to calculate the concentration of A remaining after 100 seconds, and initial concentration of A is 1.0 moliliter inverse. Another question, sucrose decomposes in acid solution into the glucose and fructose through the first order rate reaction with T half is 3.00 hours, and what fraction of sucrose remain after 8 hours as well. Another question, that is your the decomposition of A into the product has been the value of the Kr as 4.5 into 10 to the power 3 as second inverse at, and its energy of activation is 60 kilojoule mole inverse at a temperature would be 1.5 10 to the power 4 second inverse. The time required for the 10% of completion of first order reaction as 298 Kelvin, that is equals to that of the required of its 25% completion at 308 Kelvin, and if its value is so 4 into 10 to the power 10, calculate K at 318 Kelvin and EA. The rate of the reaction quadruples, which temperature changes to 93 Kelvin to 313 Kelvin, and you have to calculate the energy of activation of the reaction, that assuming that it does not change with temperature. So here we will end up with, and we had completed your fourth unit of chemistry. Other than that, if I'm going ahead, here we had we had completed software engineering and sociology as well. Other than that, we are dealing with the quantitative aptitude, where we had started with arithmetical ability, where we had completed operations on numbers, LCM and SCF of numbers, decimal fractions, simplification, and now we are dealing with the square roots and cube roots as well. After that, we are dealing with the word reasoning here, where we had completed the verbal reasoning, which is general mental ability, and the logic reasoning. In non-verbal reasoning, we had completed the series, analogy, classification, and the analytical reasoning, as well as we had done the mirror image, water image, and now we are dealing with the spotting the embedded figure we had completed, and spotting the embedded figure as well, that we are dealing with. That is the seventh topic of non-verbal reasoning as well. You can just go ahead with the subscribe button, and please like, share, and subscribe our channel. In terms of chemistry, we talk about it. So here in that as well, we had completed unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, and unit 4. In terms of unit 1, if I am going ahead, so here we had completed the general characteristics of solid state, amorphous and crystalline solid, and that is the classifications of crystalline solid, crystal lattice, and unit cells, number of atoms here that we have to cover up. On the same cases, we have to the crystal lattice of the unit cell, number of atoms in unit cell, closed pack structure, packing efficiency, calculating a calculation involving the unit cell dimensions, imperfections in solid, electrical property, magnetical property as well. Unit 2, we have to cover up the types of solutions, expressing the concentration of solution, solubility, vapor pressure of liquid solution, ideal and non-ideal solution, colligative property, and determination of molar masses, abnormal molar masses as well. Unit 3, which is your electrochemistry, where we have to completed the electrochemical cells, galvanic cells, Nernst equation, conductors of electrolytic cells, electrolytic cells, and electrolytic cells, battery, fuse, and corrosion. In unit 4, we have to cover up the chemical kinetics, which is the rate of reaction, factors influencing the rate of the reaction, integrated rate equations, pseudo first order reaction, temperature dependence of the rate of the reaction, collision theory of the chemical reaction, which we had covered up. In the next coming class, we'll start discussing about the unit 5, which is your chemical chemistry, absorption, catalyst, collides, classifications of collides, emulsions collide around us. Unit 6, general principle of the process of the isolations of element, which is occurrence of metal, concentrations of ores, extractions of fluid or from the concentrated ore, thermodynamic principle of metallurgy, electrochemical principle of metallurgy, oxidation, reduction, refining, uses of aluminium, copper, zinc, and iron. Unit 7 is the P block element, which is group 15 element, dinitrogen, ammonia, oxide of nitrogen, nitric acid, phosphorus, allotrophic forms, phosphine, phosphorus halides, oxoacids of phosphorus, group 16 element, dioxygen, and simple oxides, ozone, sulfur, allotrophic forms, sulfur dioxide, oxoacid of sulfur, sulfuric acid, group 17 element, chlorine, hydrogen chloride, oxoacid of halogens, interhalogens are compound, and group 18 element. The second last unit is your unit 8, that is the DNF, the block F element. Positions in the periodic table, electronic configurations of the D block element, general properties of the transition element, that is D block, some important compounds of transition element, the lanthanides, actinides, some application of DNF block elements as well. In unit 8, Unit 9, that is the last unit of this part 1, that is coordination compound. We have to discuss the what is theory of the coordination compound, definition of some important terms pertaining to the coordination compound, nomenclature of the coordination compound, isomerism in the coordination compound, bonding in the coordination compound, bonding in metal carbonalysis, stability of the coordination compound, importance and application of the coordination compound. So here we'll end up with, first of all, it's a huge request from my side to all the viewers to please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Thank you.